Okay, so hi all. For today's adventure, we're going to try polishing some pre-war wheels that I've got, and they're all a little bit burnished or a little bit rusty, a little bit oxidized. This is a tip that I got from Don Kelly. Rock polishers are for more than polishing rocks, and I didn't get a very huge one, as you can see. Part of the problem living in Alaska is shipping is expensive, so I kind of got one that was a mix of the best shipping price versus the best price for what I got. But this should do quite a few pieces, and I'll just have to do more trips with less pieces inside. So what Don did in his video, and I watch on his page, if you guys know about him, he uses these 3mm ceramic beads. Kind of looks like the little styrofoam beads, and right now they're kind of cold because they just came in from outside. This was on my doorstep, but these are ceramic beads, and they're used for burnishing or polishing metal. And you put them in your rock tumbler with everything, and supposedly they churn around, and after so many hours they come out a lot shinier than they started with. And so we're going to see how this looks, because some of these wheels are looking pretty rough. I'm doing a bunch of extra wheels for the Flying Yankee project, just to see what comes out, what happens, what I get. But one of the recommendations he had, and I had to quiz him on this because I couldn't figure out why when he did his video, he had tie wraps in the wheels. That's to keep the beads from going inside. They go inside and make the wheels rattle. And I guess that the little chug thing you see on some of the pre-wars, this is not how you do it, making your little tin wheels full of beads. So anyways, let me fill up the thing here because I'm working one-handed. But basically it's going to be the wheels, the beads, some water, and a little bit of dish soap is the recommendation. And I'm going to set this out in my garage because it's going to make a lot of noise churning away on my countertop on my island that I really got to get cleaned up because I've got a lot of stuff in my house. So let me pause this and get loaded up, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so we've got the beads, and you can see the wraps down in there. They're kind of sunk to the bottom. This is going to be on its side when it's going, and it'll be tumbling. But so I'm going to try this with about half full, which is kind of what the instructions say for rocks. And let me put a little bit of dish soap in there. I don't know if any soap is better than the other. I use Dawn only because it's what I got, and it's always been good on grease. And I've seen the recommendation of warm water. I wouldn't use hot, only because hot will expand and it's going to be constantly trying to pressure its way out of the canister. So anyways, the lid on this one is a ring that goes inside with a O-ring that goes out to pull the seal, so I can't do that two-handed. So let me get that on and we will go from there. Okay, so we're out in the garage. You guys that like classic Chevys, hard to see because I'm up too close, but yeah, I got a 57 Chevy truck in the garage. So anyways, this thing, the tumbler, goes right down onto these rollers, and it looks like we're kind of centered up. So let me fire this thing off. I got to plug it in. So hold on here. I got two hands and I need three. So we're plugged in and churning and tumbling. And like I said, the advice was about 3 hours worth of running, so it's going on 5 o'clock here in Anchorage. So I'm going to check this about 8 o'clock tonight, and we'll rinse everything off and see what we got. So yeah, let's see if we got something polished when we're done here. Talk to you later. Okay, so it's been just a little over 3 hours, and this is kind of the point. And the motor actually isn't too warm. Then again, it's probably about 40 degrees on the floor of my garage. I can see I'm going to need to get a kill switch pedal or something to go with this. So there's the little container, there's the machine. Let's take this inside and we'll see what we got. Let me pause this. Okay, so out of curiosity, I'm gonna strain this. Well, I'm gonna strain it anyways, but I'm just kind of curious how dirty the water is gonna come off. So nice and sudsy from the bath and the thing there, and don't mind my leftover container. But let's pour this in here. It's kind of fun trying to watch from one side. You can already see the color is kind of dark. Ooh, there goes little beads. I'm guessing these are quite fun to work with. I just heard one go rolling across. So that's the water that came off. And I didn't really wash these or clean these. I just really wanted to see what this would do all by its lonesome. So let's get a little bit of warm water going here. We're going to give these a rinse. And for all you wonder, I'm single, so I don't have a wife or a significant other tell me don't use the kitchen stuff. But you can kind of see it's shiny. I mean, I can still see some pits because some of these wheels are rusty. But I really didn't want to buy new wheels. Boy, look at that brown. So we've got, where's the camera thing? Trying to work one-handed here. Little bits of pits and discoloring. But give me a second here, let me pause this, and I'm going to pull all these out, and we're going to see what we got. Okay, so I've gotten all the zip ties off, and the one thing that I ran into is the zip ties didn't do exactly the job they were supposed to be. But I'm finding in these, you may or may not see it on the camera here, but apparently 3mm beads aren't all 3mm, and some of those are visibly larger than other ones. So they snuck past and got inside the little openings, and I had to work a little bit and shake them out, but they're all out of all of these. And less a few that went flying across the room and I heard skip on the floor and never saw again. Those came out from inside the wheels. But they cleaned them up really good. I mean, some of these wheels, the tin is gone on them, they were rusty. And I put extras in. I've got a bin of these wheels from Randy when he sent me all the stuff. So I took the ones that were off of the Flying Yankee, plus a whole bunch of other ones, and put them in there, so I had the best of the best to choose from. So, you know, there's some that look like that. They've got the the rusted finish oxidized, and they're probably not going to get all that nice. But then again, the wheels are also kind of hidden behind skirts. So stuff on the back like that, I'm less worried about because no one will ever see that. But I would definitely like the front side to be a little bit shiny. There's a few of these. Somewhere in here I saw some rusted flanges on one of them. Yeah, that one's kind of rusty. And it would probably come off on the tracks, but that'll just go to the spare parts bin. But yeah, 3mm ceramic beads in a rock tumbler for 3 hours and a lot of dirty water. That's all the rust and oxidization and dirt and everything that was on the wheels. That it came off. Because some of these wheels I pulled out of the bin were almost black. And between the dish soap and the beads and a 3-hour tumble, they've cleaned it pretty nicely. So right now I've got the axle shafts in the rock tumbler. And I'm going to give them a couple-hour tumbler before I got to call it a night. I get up early in the morning. But yeah, thank you, Don Kelly. That was some great information, and now you helped me go out and spend money and buy a rock tumbler. Maybe I'll actually polish some rocks this summer. I need a few spares for the rocks in my head. So we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.